about you? Don't you like to sit on the floor?
Oh, yes.
Well, why don't you?
I will.
Take a pillow. I can't see you sitting way over there.
I can see you.
But yeah, that's not fair. I'm right here in the limelight, and you're way over there. Good. Are you comfortable?
Yes, thank you.
So am I. Comfortable as a cow. Say, you care for a piece of chewing gum?
No, thank you.
I think I'll indulge. Gee, think of the fortune of the guy that made the first piece of chewing gum. Did you know the Wiggum Building is one of the sites of Chicago? I saw it the summer before last. Did you take it to Century of Progress?
No, I didn't.
Well, let me tell you, it's a wonderful exposition. Believe me. You know what impressed me the most? The Hall of Science. Tell you how America's going to be in the future. Way better than the present time. Say, your brother tells me you're kind of shy. Is that true, Laura?
I don't know.
I judge you to be the old-fashioned type. I think that's a wonderful type to be. I hope you don't think I'm being too personal, do you?
Mr. O'Connor, I believe I will take a piece of gum if you don't mind. Mr. O'Connor, have you kept up with your singing?
Singing? Me?
Yes, I remember what a beautiful voice you had.
You heard me sing?
Oh yes, very often. I don't suppose you remember me at all.
You know, a matter of fact, I do. But the name that I was about to remember wasn't a name. So I stopped myself before I said it.
Wasn't it Blue Roses?
Oh my gosh, yes, Blue Roses. That's what it was. High school. Somehow, somewhat, that's where we connected. High school. Gosh. I didn't know you was a Shakespeare assistant. Gee, I'm sorry.
I didn't expect you to. You barely knew me.
Well, we did have a speaking acquaintance.
Yes, we spoke to each other.
Seth, didn't we take a class or something?
Yes.
What class was that?
Singing chorus. I sat across the auditorium from you. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
I remember you now. You one always came in late.
Yes. It was so hard for me then, going up the stairs. I had a brace on my leg. It pumped so loud.
I never heard any pump.
To me, it sounded like thunder.
I never even noticed.
Everybody was seated in the auditorium before I came in. My seat was in the back row. I had to go pumping up the aisle with everyone watching me.
Gee, you shouldn't be so self-conscious.
I know, but I was. It was always such a relief when the singing started.
I remember you now. I used to call you Blue Roses. However, did I start calling you a name like that?
Well, I was away for a while with sclerosis. And when I came back, you asked me what was the matter, and I told you I have sclerosis. Oh, I said Blue Roses. That's how you always call me that.
Hope you didn't mind.
Oh no, you see, I kind of liked it. I wasn't acquainted with many people.
Yeah. You should have stuck to yourself.
I didn't have much luck at making friends.
I don't know why you did.
Well, I started out badly.
You mean being...
Well, it sort of stood between me.
You shouldn't.
I know I shouldn't have, but I never could.
You're shy.
I didn't mean to be, but I just couldn't.
You know, being shy, you gradually have to work out.
Yes.
It takes time.
Yes.
So you know what, Laura? People aren't so dreadful when you get to know them. Practically everybody has problems. Everybody. You take me for instance. Boy, when I left high school, I thought I'd be a lot further where I am now. So you remember that write-up I had in the torch?
I do.
He said I was bound to deceive anything I went into. Holy jeez, the torch!
Here you are, Pirates of the Penzance.
The pirates. Or better to live and die as I serve with a black flag I fly. I sing lead in operetta.
So beautifully.
You heard me?
I've heard you all 3 times.
No.
Yes. Yes.
What for?
Well, I wanted to ask you to sign my program.
My dignity.
You were always surrounded by your own friends that I never had a chance.
Should have just walked up and said, yeah.
Well, I didn't want you to think that I was...
You didn't want me to think it was what?
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I've been lingered by females in those days.
Oh, you were terribly popular.
Yeah.
You had such a friendly way.
I was spoiled in high school.
Everybody liked you. Yes. I did too.
Better make another.
Oh my, what a beautiful surprise.
I think it's not really working out right now, but someday increase in value. Say, everyone gets the point, but being discouraged is something else. Say, I may be disappointed, but I'm never discouraged. You finish high school?
I didn't pass my final examinations.
You dropped out?
I didn't go back. Say, how is Emily Mazenbach getting along?
That cryhead?
Why do you call her that?
That's what she was.
So you're not still going out with her?
I never even seen her.
Well, it said in the personal section that you were engaged.
I know.
So,
I'm not impressed by that propaganda.
so there's no truth to it?
It's only true in Emily's optimistic opinion.
Oh.
Yeah, what have you done since high school?
What?
I said, what have you done since high school?
Nothing much.
You have been doing something.
Yes.
Such as?
Well, I took a business course in business college.
You did. And how did that work out?
Well, not very well. You see, I had to drop out. It gave me indigestion.
What? What you doing now?
Nothing at all. Oh, please don't think I sit around doing nothing. I do have my glass collection. Glass is something that you have to take good care of.
What's this about glass?
Collection. I said I have one.
So you know what the biggest principal trouble with you? Inferiority complex. Do you know what that is? That's when a fellow low rates himself. Now I know it because I had it myself. But yours situation is a little more aggravated, I see. Oh no. You know, before I took this public speaking course, I didn't think of myself being outstanding in anything whatsoever.
Oh my.
Now, I have this friend behind you, and he said I can analyze people better than doctors, they make a profession out of it. But I don't necessarily say this is true. I always take it out when I lose flavor. Wrap up this paper, and I don't want to get on the bottom of my shit. Yep, lack of confidence. Now, I'm just going off of observations and basing certain remarks. You know, the clumping that you dread from going up the stairs, and you made excuses that you had to drop out of school and everything. Then you go right there, magnifying something that's 100 times by your imagination, and that wasn't even so hard. My strong advice is to you, think of yourself superior in some way.
In what way would I think?
Why? Man alive, Lord, look around you. And what do you see? A bunch of common people, all born and all going to die. And not one tenth of them have your skill or mine, or anyone else's. Everyone excels in one thing, or some in many. You take me for interest. I have an interest in electrodynamics. I'm studying radio engineering and have a fair house job at the warehouse. And I'm taking public speaking.
Hi.
Because I believe in the future of television. I want to be on the ground right up. All I'm waiting for is the industry to get on the full steam. You know, money, knowledge, power, bam! That's the cycle of democracy.
No, I don't.
Well, there has to be something that you're interested in.
Yes.
And such as what?
Well, I do, like I said, have my glass collection.
Glass. What is this?
Well, little articles of glass. Ornaments mostly. Most of them are little animals made out of glass, the tiniest animals in the world. Mother calls them the Glass Menagerie. Oh. Here's an example one, if you like to see it. It's my oldest yet. He's nearly 13. Here.
Well, no, I'm pretty clumsy.
Go on. I trust you with him. There. Now hold him gently. Hold him up to the light. Oh, he loves the light. Can't you see how the light shines through him?
It sure does shine.
I shouldn't be partial, but he is my favorite.
Say, what's that,
Haven't you noticed a little horn on his head?
you mean a unicorn?
Mm-hmm.
Aren't unicorns extinct?
I know. I know.
Poor little fella, he probably kind of lonesome.
Well, if he is, he doesn't complain about it. He sits on the shelf with all the other horses, the ones that don't have horns, and they all seem to get along so nicely.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
Say, where would I put him?
Oh, put them on a table. They all love a nice change of scenery once in a while.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
Look at my shadow as I stretch.
Yes, it stretched across the whole ceiling.
It's not raining. Where did the music come from?
From the Paradise Dance Hall across the alley.
Well, how about coming to work a little bit, Mrs. Wakefield, or your program too filled up? Let me check this out. The waltz.
I don't dance.
Come on, you go with that fairy stuff.
I've never danced in my life.
Come on, try.
I'm afraid I stepped on you.
Well, I'm not made out of glass.
Oh. How do we start?
Put your arms up. A little bit more. Relax.
Like this?
A little bit more.
Okay.
No, now I'm coming over here.
Okay.
Okay? Now, come on, over this one.
I'm afraid you can't budge me.
Let's see that I can. Let's go.
Oh, goodness, you budged me. Oh, my God.
Loosen up a bit.
I'm trying.
Okay.
I'm trying. Oh, my God, I'm dancing.
There you go.
Oh, my God, I'm dancing.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
You knocked over the horse. Is he broken?
Yes. Now he's just like all the other horses.
You mean he lost his?
He's lost his horn.
Oh, I'm sorry. I knew that was your favorite piece.
I don't have favorites much. I'll just pretend it was a blessing in disguise. Glass breaks every day, no matter how careful you are with it. traffic, jars of shells, and things fall off of them.
But I still feel bad because it's my fault.
It's okay. I'll pretend he had an operation. They removed his horn to make him feel less freakish. Now he'll just live like all the other horses, the ones that don't have horns.
I'm glad to see you have a sense of humor. You know, you're different than anyone else I know. I don't know how to say this, but you're making me just good at expressing words. Has anyone ever told you you're free? Where you are? You know, people are not so wonderful. They're 100 times 100. You're 1 times 1. They're all over the earth. But you're right here. They're as common as weeds. And you're blue roses.
Is there blue wrong for roses?
That's right, you did. Pretty.
In what respect am I pretty?
All respects. The eyes, the hair, the hands. Well, you think I'm just saying this just because I was invited to dinner? Well, I could be. But that wouldn't be sincere. I'm talking to you sincerely. I know you have this thing, inferiority complex, that makes you feel uncomfortable with people. You know, somebody ought to build your confidence up. You're shy, you're being ashamed, and blushing. Somebody ought to push you. I should have done that. That was way off the beam. You smoke? Want a cigarette? Life-saving peppermint? Pocket's like a regular drugstore. Lord, use my sister. I bring fellas all the time. Like time. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't want you to get down out here. I can't ask for your number on the phone. I can't call you at the end of the week and ask for it. I better understand my situation before you get misunderstood and I hurt your feelings.
So you won't call me anymore?
No. I can't. I got strings attached, so I'll be going steady. With a girl named Beth. And she also is so nice, pretty and Catholic, just like you. And we get along so well. I met her summer before last, when the moonlight broke right up to our tomb on the desert. I was love from the start. Love has changed me. Love is tremendous. It made me a new man. Betty Ott got sick. So when she got the ride, she went to some trouble. So when Tom invited, I naturally accepted. Not knowing. I wish you would say something. What are you doing? Why do you want me to have it?
A souvenir.
Everybody.